In an emergency, every second counts and you want help immediately.
Now, that was not the case for one Sequatchie County woman and her boyfriend. News Channel 9's Betsy Golden tells us more. Betsy, what have you got for us?
Well, Sequatchie County gets 5 emergency calls on average a day, and there are only 2 24-hour trucks. Usually they can handle the volume of calls, but for one woman, they could not. She ended up driving halfway to Chattanooga to meet an ambulance.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, my boyfriend is really sick, and I got him in the car. He's like coughing really bad. He can't breathe. His face is blood red. His chest is all broke out, and he says he's hurting really bad everywhere.
This woman called 911 dispatch several weeks ago from her car in Sequatchie County. There are only 4 ambulances in the county, and when the call was made, only one was working a 24-hour rotation. And there was one backup ambulance on call. 911 dispatch directed her to the EMS parking lot to meet them there, but the backup wasn't ready.
There is nobody there. It'll be 30 minutes before we get there.
She was then told to drive to Jones Gap Road, where she could meet a Hamilton County emergency responder.
We're spread out and very rural that, we could easily be on 2 or 3 different calls at one time and wouldn't have the personnel to handle that type of thing. And
this is the reality of a small town when there are limited resources, but officials are hoping that changes. They are bringing in Erlanger to run an emergency room and Puckett EMS to handle ambulance calls. Sequatchie County has been working for almost 5 years to get the hospital to open an ER. They say it will cut down on response times.
We'll have an enhanced ambulance service, which is all positive and good for the citizenry here.
Sequatchie County EMS Director Dan Broom says there was a breakdown in communication that shouldn't have happened in the incident. He says the dispatcher should have followed proper protocol and called a supervisor. But the director of the county's emergency communications district, Hope Brown, says her dispatcher did the best he could with a difficult situation and used critical thinking to get the patient safely to a hospital. And now we spoke with the driver of the call you heard, and she said everyone is doing fine now, and she understands with the limited resources, events like the one she experienced can happen.